Happy Sunday, people. This is Kwame Selassie, the Black Hippie Jesus, here chilling in my natural habitat once again. Just loving life, enjoying it, being at peace. So many great things are happening within. And I want to take this time to talk about spirituality. And I want to talk about this subject real quick from a certain discipline. And this discipline is etymology. So I want to take a word, and I want to, this is what part of me when I teach consciousness, is how to break apart reality, because everything is codes. Everything can teach us something within the word itself. Even if we just took the time to examine that word, we will find that there are secrets in that word that can show us something about the context of what it is we're talking about. So when I talk about spirituality, I've learned some things about it that open my mind. I expanded my consciousness about spirituality itself, and what spirituality is. It's a root word there where it starts, and that's that word spirit. Now, if we break down the word spirit, it's connected to the word spiral. So when you have a spiral, it's something that produces energy, right? So spirals are a part of the Fibonacci sequences, and you might see in nature. These things that you see in nature. I'm still new to the study of the scientific things, but there's Fibonacci sequences, and what part of the geometry of the planet is there's spirals, and it's known that spirals produce energy. So that's why when you go in circles, energy is created, because it's spiral. So you are energy, you are spirit, you are a spiraling entity within a body. So that's what we have to understand about spirit. You're spiraling. So when we talk about spirituality, there's another root word there, and that's the word ritual. So when you have spirituality, there is usually a ritual attached to the energy that people do. So it's called spiritual, right? Spiral ritual, right? You see that connection, spiral ritual. So when you have spiral rituals, these are things that you're using to raise your vibration, to get your energy up, in other words, to get on a new frequency, to raise your vibration to a certain frequency where you're better. So the reasons I'm talking about spirituality or spiral ritual reality is because I think that we need to look at these words to decipher what it really is. So in my ministry of Faith Deconstructed, is to deconstruct reality, is actually to look at everything and to build a new perspective of it. So spirituality, now that I have this new understanding, is whatever you do that you have in your life that raises your vibration. That's your spiral, your way to spiral up above where you are. So if you don't have spirituality or spiral ritual reality, you're based in what we call the third dimensional mind frame, which is attached to all the problematic things that exist in our society. So what we want to do is we want to have spiral rituals. We want to practice something that gets us up in life, that raises our vibration to the point where we're able to think in a higher way. That's what we call higher consciousness, is we raise our vibration to a point where we go above what is keeping other people down through a consistent way to vibrate up, spiral up, so we have to get with this type of thinking in order to raise our vibration to overcome life's challenges. So so there's so many different forms of spiral rituals out there that you can perform. You just have to find the best one that works for you. But I just wanted to break down that part. But what I really want to say is that there's an imbalance in our world with spiritual rituals or spiral rituals, in that people like to make their spiral rituals their entire life. And this is what I see often in life as I observe and think about reality, is that people have made their spiral rituals their entire existence, when in actuality it's just something you do to get yourself up. Some people, they have it in them to correct other people that are doing their own spiral rituals. that have nothing to do with them. They say, oh, I do this, and they'll say, we're not supposed to do that, we're not supposed to do this. And this is where we get into, people acting like children in the way that they interact with each other. Is that, oh, my way is right, my spiritual ritual is better than your spiritual ritual, and therefore yours is not valid, or you need to do this, or X, Y, Z. One thing I've learned in church a long time ago when I used to be a Christian is that really divides people more than it can really bring people together. And when you read the Apostle Paul's writings, especially in the book of, we deals with the Corinthians, he talks about how people are making schisms, and they're making little factions within each other because they want to follow this way or that way. But in the truth of reality, spiritual realities is just a personal way someone goes up, or it could be a group thing that people do to raise themselves up. That's all it is. But people have made it. Then we get into religion, and I'm going to break that word down in a little bit later. But we make religions out of these spiritual rituals instead of allowing it to free people. And that's what it's supposed to do: free people's minds, allow them to elevate and become better people. So I just want to do a quick talk about spirituality and why we need to reimagine what spirituality really is. It's not supposed to be a predominant thing that overrides all of your thinking. It's supposed to be something you do to get you up to God, basically. And when we understand that part of spirituality, we know how to really connect with other people the right way, and we know how to connect better with God and everything around us when we learn how to put spirituality or spiritual rituals in its right place. So it's Kwame Selassie, Black Able Jesus here. Stay tuned for more content. Thank you.